Joining me on Tarot Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of June 2017, and this will be for the sign of Sagittarius. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what overall message you've been working with for the month and what you'll be finishing the month out with. Give one more shuffle. Oop, you have the card of security. So for singles, what it's saying is when you're looking for a relationship, try to find one that makes you secure. It makes you feel like you're getting all what you need from the relationship, that will help your confidence, help you feel that you're being nurtured, that you are being appreciated, that everything is two together, that your person that you decide to get in a relationship has your back 100%, that they're in it and they're sticking by your side no matter what. And for people that's already joined up, what it's saying is make sure you always be there to protect your companion anytime something comes up that could disrupt a relationship from an outside source, or making sure that you have your husband or your wife's back when it comes to making decisions that they feel that could be a benefit for the relationship, and not try to go against what they're trying to set up, because they might be trying to set up a more tighter bond in your relationship so it can move and progress to something better. So let me go ahead and get some cards to see what energies you'll be working with for the month, or energies that you've been working with for the month. Pretty interesting. What you have in the middle of the reading is the Six of Cups in the upright. So for singles, it's saying that you could be meeting a person, or you have met a person that has a resemblance of somebody you know or you had been with in the past. Either somebody sees that in you, or you see that in somebody else that you're meeting. But this person is more like a reminiscing of either a old friend that you wanted to be in a relationship with, or a old companion that you used to be with in the past. They also can display a childlike quality about them. They can act childish, if that's one of the things that you kind of like about them. They have like a childish way of thinking about how they will be in a relationship. They can be very playful in a relationship. Either they think that about you, or you think that about them when you are meeting this person, that they resemble a a person that you dealt with before. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that you and your companion, the both of you, or either one of you, are thinking about old stuff that was done in the past to help your relationship, or help benefited or not benefited the relationship. It's going over old stuff in the relationship that you trying to either clear them out, or you're trying to re-put them in to the relationship again, because maybe you tried to do it before and it didn't work out because of timing or whatever, but now you're trying to re-put in some old stuff that you did before to see if it's going to work now at the present time for the month moving forward. What you have underneath you is the Three of Swords in reverse. So the Three of Swords in reverse is saying, if you're single, you may been in a relationship or dealing with somebody before that had another person in their life that they was thinking about, or you are getting over a relationship that you felt that you was not getting a fair shake, or whoever you was dealing with was sort of backstabbing you in the back when it came to an emotional thing, and it caused you to have a little anxiety with dealing with them. Either you are approaching a person that has been through this, or you have been through this, that you're looking for a relationship with a person that does not have nobody else attached to them. They want to be free and clear of other people, because you don't want to kind of put yourself in a circle of getting somebody that you know they may have somebody else as a potential mate if you are really attracted to that person. Either somebody is thinking this about you, or you're thinking this about somebody that you're going to talk to. If you are already coupled up, what it's saying is that you are feeling secure in your relationship. You're not worried about your companion leaving or having their eyes on somebody else, because they know that you dedicated enough time to the relationship, that they are secure to the point that they are trustworthy, and they're trusting your thought, and they fully trusting you that you won't kind of deceive them or backstab them in a relationship, even if something comes up that may cause them to think about it, that is causing a disruption to your union. They're still confident that you will make the right decision and not kind of hurt them emotionally, or try to get over on them during this period of time. Either you feeling like this with your companion, or your companion is feeling like this with you. What you have in the past is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, in the upright, actually, the Four of Pentacles in the upright. So for singles, what it's saying is, you met somebody in the past, or somebody thought this about you, that you were too closed off or reserved to hear a offer of being in a one-on-one relationship. It seems like this person may have came to you, and they was saying something to you, or they was presenting something physical to you, that they was more uptight or stingy, or they was not willing to let their emotions be kind of free going, so they can be in a relationship. So you had made past the judgment that they was being selfish, or they was being super reserved when it came to trying to be in a one-on relationship with them. Or somebody could be thinking this about you, that you was really reserved from displaying yourself, of you wanting to be in a relationship. And maybe it's because maybe in the past you was dealing with people that were stabbing you in the back, and eventually after you got in a relationship and all this stuff blew up, so now you're kind of taking this thing that you're kind of combing to people, and you're not letting everything be presented out there at one time based on the first meeting of this people. So if you already coupled up, it's just saying that you or your companion was basically not, they was reserving themselves. They was kind of closing off, being more emotional. They was more focusing on kind of tightening the home belt when it came to certain things that were coming in that could affect the relationship, something more on the outside. But they was not displaying no kind of emotions in the past, or they was trying to be closed off when you was trying to be affectionate with them, or showing them some kind of love. And they was like trying to, they was having their mind focused on other stuff that presented a kind of image that they was kind of not into it at the time that you was presenting your affections to them. So either you did this to your companion, or this companion did this to you in the past, that they was being closed off to whatever you was offering, and kind of tightened up they're trying to tighten up their emotions to kind of figure out other stuff that was going on in the relationship. What you have on the top of you is the Knight of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords is for singles. You could meet somebody, or you're going to meet somebody that you may be attracted to, but the person kind of talks crazy. They don't know how to express themselves when it comes to being in a one on one relationship. They don't know how to approach a person casually. They kind of come off boisterous and kind of just be all about there and loud and kind of talking crazy, and that type of person may be coming at you in the month, or you're coming out at somebody like that as a point of you're trying to talk to this person, but the person is looking at you like you always sticking your foot in your mouth, kind of. And it's starting to be a turn off when you're dealing with the person, because the person is not expressing the way they feel in the correct way, and it's becoming a negative. Either you're doing this to somebody you're trying to talk to, or somebody's doing this to you, that every time they open their mouth, they're not putting themselves in a good light when it comes to being in a one-on-one relationship or setting up to be in a one-on-one relationship. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that either you or your companion got to the point that they was being moody, and they was expressing their opinion of, you could tell they was moody by the way they was talking, and they becoming moody in the month due to maybe they worried about some bills and trying to tighten up on stuff, so they kind of being moody and kind of dogmatic and kind of being the finger pointer when it comes to certain stuff is happening in your relationship. And either you're doing this to your companion, or your companion is doing this to you, that they're coming off moody and mouthy, and they want to express their opinion and kind of be selfish and stingy on what is going on in the relationship at this time, because they feel that is needed at the time, because they may feel in their head that certain stuff is going out of control in the relationship, so they're trying to reserve some stuff, tighten it up, and then they're trying to finger point to figure out what is going on in the relationship. It's a weird way of trying to find a way to correct it, but they're not expressing it in the best way that they could if you had issues like this before with them, and they used to know how to talk about the situation and put it on the table and move ahead and kind of come up with a plan to clear it out, or a plan to help build your relationship. At this time, they coming off real crazy and talking crazy about it, and it's not being a benefit to the relationship. The last card you have is the Two of Cups in the upright. So for singles, you could definitely meet somebody in the month, or you could have met them in a little bit in the past, or at the beginning of the month, toward the end of the month, that you feel it could be a perfect union, that this person that you're meeting is sparking up some kind of feelings, and you're finding it interesting to get in a relationship with them, because they are pulling, or they kind of tugged on a piece of your heartstrings, and you are levitating to that because it is a turn on for you. And 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 either you see this in somebody, or somebody see this in you, that you can be a completion to their emotional involvement when it comes to being in a one-on-one relationship with them. If you already coupled up, after all this moodiness that your companion is expressing, you will get back to your original, get back to a better bond. It seems like to me it's a period that you kind of riding out this little knickknack stuff that's causing conflictions in your relationship. And by the end of the month, you should be back at a better union. Your companion should be able to express more of their emotions. Either you will be able to do this with your companion, or your companion will be able to do this with you, is express their emotions totally free and be secure about doing that. They're just wrapped up in some external stuff that they feel that it is maybe causing the union not to go as perfect as the way they want it. So let me go ahead and get some clarifiers on a couple of these cards to see what is going on. We're going to first see about the Three of Swords and why the Three of Swords had popped up as a feeling that you had before, or going through, or getting rid of. You have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. So for singles, maybe this person that you was dealing with before, that you felt backstabbing, they was a person that was more concerning and focusing more on a physical thing, or building a physical thing, more than trying to build a emotional thing. And they just probably didn't know how to talk about it. They was a person that was caring about getting the home front together more than working on a bond one on one. Either they see that in you, or you was seeing that in somebody, that this person was more concerning or more focused on a financial thing more than trying to build any kind of emotional thing. And you could have felt like that became precedent in the relationship, so you felt shortchanged or shot in the back, because the money issue was always being brought up and from the get gate, and then everything else became secondary. If you already coupled up with somebody, it's saying that your companion, or either you, were definitely focusing more on getting your home front together and getting your pennies together, or trying to build something more stable for the both of you. It seemed like that was becoming the whole thing, and maybe that's why they was reserving their money up, because they were, or reserving their energy, because they felt that it was something more physical that needed to be worked on in the relationship, so it can never come up again, so you can have a better bond. Yep, the Wheel of Fortune. The second card you have is the Wheel of Fortune. So for singles, whoever you dealing with, or going to deal with, or dealt with in the past, they felt that by them presenting a money in a love relationship, would it made a it would have brought a change or some kind of luck to the relationship. It's almost like trying to buy somebody's affections, and this is what I'm getting. They trying to buy somebody's affections, so they figured if they could buy the somebody's affections, they would end up kind of having the luck and winning the situation. But they was throwing money on the situation, or presenting some more physical stuff, and not presenting no kind of emotion to the situation. Either you're doing this, or somebody else is doing this to you, that they're trying to buy your affections, basically. They're trying to hope that the money is going to be a levitation, and that can be a kickoff. First they'll present the love, then they'll work on the relationship or the emotional part later. And as for somebody already coupled up, why your companion thinking about money and tightening the belt up, they is hoping, or either you're hoping, that it was going to bring a new turn about or luck into the relationship, because it would be something that they would tie up, and it won't have to be focused no more. Then they can move on to something else. You can definitely move on to something else, but they was hoping that by them tightening the belt physically or even emotionally, that it was going to have some kind of luck in the relationship and make it go in a certain way that they was hoping that the relation will be moving forward towards. Let's see what the you have the six of wands in reverse, in the upright. I mean, so with this person you meeting singles, they figure one thing about the six of wands, everybody say is a victory card, but when you have a person in the negative with it, this person is one, ego driven. This person is like super ego driven, and they don't care how they talking about how they talk to people. All they concerned about is winning or getting the prize. Basically, that's what they care about. They don't. They care about they using, I don't want to say a hunting game, but it's another kind of game that they're playing that they don't care how they talk to a person or what they will present to a person, long as they get what they want in the end to be the winner of the situation. Either you're doing this with somebody or somebody's talking to you like that, that they don't care how they talking to you, long as you become one of theirs or they feel like they won the situation. And that's what is going on, because the six of wands is usually a victory card, but this thing right here is being like really crazy. They talking real crazy, and it's like, wow, they talking crazy, they trying to be the victor and everything, but they don't care how they present themselves. You may have to watch it, because you may get across this person and you can kind of usually tell that they're trying to win, because they will use certain trigger words, and to see your facial expression when they drop it, and once they see your facial expression on it, they'll run in that direction to try to get a win out of you, or try to get you as their prize, or they bedroom moment or whatever, because they can see it on your face that they said something that triggered your facial expression on it. So you may have to watch that out. Either you're doing this with somebody or somebody's doing this to you, that they don't care how they're coming at you or whatever lines they're dropping on you, long as they get what they want, it is what it is. If you already joined up with somebody, it's saying it is that your companion is trying to work out a benefit or a win in the situation, but the way they doing it is not, the way they expressing it is very foul. Basically, they want to win, and they want to help build a relationship better. Either you want to do this with your companion, or your companion is doing this to you, that they want the situation to be a victor for both of you when it comes to building something that they feel is more of an emotional bond or a tie, or tightening up your home front, but they're not expressing it to you in the right way by the way they're talking. And it could come off kind of one sided or jaded when they start talking about this, but they're doing it to try to figure out how they could get something positive out of something that may be presenting something negative in your relationship. So let's go ahead and see the last card and see why they're trying to get this. Yep, definitely Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, with singles, this guy or this person that's going to be talking to you crazy to try to win or try to get you in their bed or whatever, this person is basically ain't got no coins. Basically, I'm gonna break it all the way down. They ain't got no coins. They may be telling a bunch of stories or a bunch of lies about what they have financially to try to get you to go ahead and levitate to them and try to win. But this person that you're talking to ain't got no money. Either this person talking to you is putting up some kind of weird front, or you're putting up a weird front on somebody to make something seem more than what it is when they really dig into it in a nutshell. So when they try to dig into it, they're going to find out that whatever you was talking about, and if it's about that all this money you had, they're gonna find out that it was basically a facade. But you have to remember, they don't care. They just want to win and get you in bed. That's all they is. Either you're doing this with somebody or somebody is doing this to you, that they're putting up a fake front just to get a win or get in a relationship with you. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that external issues when it came to finances, or what they said felt that was physically damaging your union as a couple, was coming in, and it was throwing monkey wrenches in your relationship. That's why you had, they was thinking about the money, or these extra bills is coming in and causing extra stress, and that's why they was doing the finger pointing and trying to work things out to be a benefit, because they feel like the physical stuff was not together, so they decided to kind of to tighten things up on it and kind of be a control freak on the physical things that were happening, and losing focus on the emotional aspect of your relationship. Either you was doing this with your companion, or your companion was doing this with you, that the whatever external bills or problems were coming in was definitely causing a disruption in the relationship, because they was coming in at the wrong time. But your companion was trying to find a way to get one, to try to shield you from it. That's what one thing I'm getting there, was trying to shield you from it and trying to be the main controller of the situation. Trying to control the situation to a certain point, that they were shielding you from whatever external stuff was going on and ruining the relationship. But as they was doing that, they was expressing themselves to you in a negative way by talking real crazy and finger pointing and doing all this and trying to tighten up the ships, and we can't spend no money, we can't go on a vacation, we can't do this, that, and the other, as it pertained to your physical surroundings or whatever you built as a couple. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.